Hello friends, this is Vinith. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Tech is Up. So today, what we are going to talk about is all about SAFe Agile. So what is SAFe Agile? What are the types of SAFe Agile? What are the roles? What are the artifacts? What are the process methods and framework? And then what is art? Then the binding program and team layer. Then overview of essential SAFe and values, competency and mindset. So let's start with what is Scaled Agile. So Scaled Agile framework is a set of organization and workflow patterns intended to guide organization in scaling agile practices. So three leading frameworks are large scale Scrum, that is less, scaled agile framework, that is SAFe, and disciplined agile. So this is a team. So actually it can have a Scrum team, it can have a Kanban team, and we have something called a Scrum XP, which is introduced as part of SAFe. So what are the challenges you find when you have more than one team in for a product? So too many members to collaborate, manage, and work together. Lack of common code, lack of coordination, development not in synchronization, and then unmapped dependencies, and teams are not working in cadence, and multiple sources of requirements. So how can we avoid all these things? So that is how the SAFe Agile came into picture. So SAFe for Lean Enterprise is a knowledge base of proven integrated principles, practices, and competencies for lean, agile, and DevOps. More than the sum of its parts, SAFe is a scalable and configurable framework that helps organizations develop new products, services, and solutions in the shortest sustainable lead time. So actually, it's like if you look at the picture, you can see that there are four results that they are talking about: engagement, time to market, and quality and productivity. So you can see after introducing scale, there is actually increase in the customers which are happier and the product going into the market and the defect reduction and also the productivity. So actually, so it's like what are the different types of SAFe? So actually we have something called the portfolio at the top, and the portfolio actually we have divided into large solution and program. So the large solution can have programs, and under the program we have the teams. So and in the right side there's a program. So under the program we have team. So what we have is at the bottom we have the team, then we have the program, when we have the large solution, then we have the portfolio, and this whole together is known as full SAFe. So team is at the lower level, then we have the program, then we have the large solution, then we have the portfolio. The roles in SAFe. So when we talk about team, we have the Scrum Master, Product Owner, and the development team. So when we have program, we have the release train engineer, product management, system architect, and the business owners. And in large solution, we have solution train engineer, solution management, solution architect, and customer. And at the portfolio level, we have the lean portfolio management, epic owners, and enterprise architect. And the artifacts. In the team level, we have the user story and enabler. And in the program level, we have the feature and enabler. And in the last solution, we have the capabilities and the enabler. And at the portfolio, we have the epics and enablers. And the process or the method or the framework that we use. So at the team level, we use the Scrum or XP along with Kanban. So the different teams can use either XP or Kanban. But from program level onwards, we are using the Kanban only because they only want to see the actual the update or the final progress visually only. So Kanban is the best visual tool to see the progress. And then the prioritization techniques. So at the team level, they are using the affinity analysis, Moscow, ranking, dependency mapping, and PI plan. And from program onwards, we are using WSJF. So weighted short job first. So the shortest job they are going to do first so that they can avoid the jobs which will take long queues. So they are making sure that the long queues jobs are not taken first because they know that it will take more time. And the portfolio level, they will be using financial and strategic decision. Then the time box. So at the team level, we will be 2 weeks iterations or sprint. At the program, we have 10 week sprints. So that means it will be like a 5 sprint. So 5 into 2 week, that means 10 week program increment. Then the large solution will be aligned with program increment. And at portfolio level, we have the continuous flow. Then here we have the program increment. So as I have already told you, here you can see one sprint is 2 weeks. So 10 week it means 5 sprints. So here you can see we have the PI planning for 1 week. Then we have 4 week sprint. So total 9 week. And then we have innovation planning that makes it 10 10 week sprint. 10 weeks that means 5 sprints. And this innovation and planning, which when it compares to PI planning, we call it as IPI iteration. So actually it is like an innovation and planning. So after completing this iteration for whatever we are doing here, this is for the next PI. So we are calling it as IPI iteration, that is in innovation and planning iteration. So in this we have the inspect and adapt along with the PI planning. So actually it gives a more clear picture on PI planning. P1, P1.1, P1.2, P1.3, P1.4. Then we have the innovation and planning. Then the PI planning for the next programming element. So we have something called time board and program board. Actually, it's like team board and program board. The team board is all about where the team stands with the feature or the story. The program board is all about how all the teams are doing with that programming agreement. That means this is the feature that is taken by a team individually. But here, actually, all the teams for that increment, that means PI, it will be displayed in the program board. Then the planning and defining common goals. So for iteration planning, we will be having the iteration goal. For the PI planning, there will be the PI objective. So if there are 5 teams, then each team will have a iteration goal, and the 5 team will collectively have a PI objectives. So this is called uh, a release train. So this is the agile release train. So actually you can say in the product backlog we have the enablers and features and all those things. So actually when the train starts, the team will, that means the for that program increment we will take some features and the enablers. Then what the team does is team will pick one feature from this bucket and they will start working on it. So as the train moves towards the P11, which is the first stop, so the team will start progressing, and at the time when the train reaches the PI1, it will be completed. So that's what actually this art means. Actually, it's like all the team members will be doing the work for a common goal, that is to complete the PI, and a shippable increment will be available at the end of this PI sprint. And this is the art. So actually it like people, a team of teams. So actually it's like 5 to 12 teams, like 50 to 125 plus individuals. There will be a program increment. It's a fixed time box that's about 10 weeks. And cadence and synchronization. So actually they are making sure that the iteration is in cadence with the PIs. Then they have a common mission. So as I have said, agile release train, new functionality, implement, acceptance test, deploy, then the next PI starts. And this there we have something called binding program and team layer. So actually since there are so many teams, there will be so many scrum masters. So there is something called an art sync where the release train engineer at the program level will contact all the scrum master, and the RT will ask for the progress, and if there is any obstacle then RT will help to resolve those things. And at the work item element we have the same for the POs also. For all the product owner from all the team, they'll be syncing up with the main person who is handling this PO sync, and they will also, if they have needed any clarification, they can discuss in this meeting, and they will remove all the impedances. So this two is known as art sync. And then we have the development integration. So each team will be creating an increment at each sprint. So at the system demo, actually, everyone will be integrating this that final shipment from each sprint. So there is a team called system team. So they will make sure that the integration is working as expected. And if there are any issues, then they will contact the respective teams. So the good thing about SAFe is that after each sprint, all the team will integrate their code and make sure that the integration is happening correctly and there is no issue. Then at the integration planning, we have the PA planning. Then we have the inspect and adapt. So actually this is the essential SAFe. So which is at the bottom layer. So actually you can see there are two layers, that is team and program. So the so at the team level we have different Scrum and Kanban team, and we have the backlog. We have the product owner, Scrum Master, and dev team, and so there will be a PI. So everyone will be start working on the features available to them, and they will complete it at every PI. Then we have the system demo where all the increment from each sprint will be integrated. And then we have the enablers like architectural changes and all those things. So that's also happening in the architectural runway. So once that is done, the product will be available and ready for release. And you can also see the inspect and adapt. There is something called the continuous delivery pipeline at the program level, where we have the continuous exploration, integration, and deployment. And so the release on demand is like whenever the customer wants, they can release it. That is something called the release on demand. So actually there is something called the lean agile leadership. So actually it's all about the we have the core values, the lean agile mindset, then what are the SAFe principles, then how we can implement the SAFe in an organization. So or the full implementation roadmap and the SAFe program consultants. So this is all about essential SAFe. So you can see there are large solution SAFe, portfolio SAFe, and full SAFe that I have already mentioned. So that's about the essential SAFe. Then we have the SAFe Lean Agile principles. So actually they have taken the agile principles and they have did some modification so that it will be applicable to SAFe lean agile principles. So it's like applying system thinking, the economic view, and the visualize and limit the WIP since they are using the Kanban and all those things. So you can just go through it. And these are the values, competency, and mindset. So what are the core values? Build-in quality, program execution, alignment, and transparency. What are the core competencies? Lean portfolio management, business solutions and lean system engineering, DevOps and release on demand, team and technical agility, lean agile leadership. If you want to see all these core competencies, then you have to go to the full SAFe. If you visit the Scale Agile Framework website and if you go to the full SAFe framework, then you will find all these core competencies. Then finally, we have something called SAFe House of Lean. So what is the SAFe House of Lean? So the SAFe is all about the values. So what are the four pillars that they have? Respect for people and culture, the flow, the innovation, and the relentless improvement. So for these, they need a leadership. That is all about the SAFe House of Lean. And these are the different types of SAFe Agile certifications like practitioner, Scrum Master, Advanced Scrum Master, Release Train Engineer, DevOps Practitioner, Agile Solution Engineer, and all those things. So with that, actually, that's all about an overview of SAFe. Actually, I believe you have got some idea on different components in the SAFe and also what is an essential SAFe. So that's all about the SAFe. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye.